Guys, stop. Stop fighting. Are you under here? You are. Well, my camera shut off when I was vlogging, so I don't know if it caught anything I said, but I'm going to pretend it didn't. So good morning. It's Thursday morning, 7:41 a.m. and currently in the midst of getting ready for work, but today is going to be a pretty eventful day for the most part. Tonight, when I get home, John will be over with his friends, so I finally get an opportunity to record. I feel like it's been ages because for the past several weeks, John has been hogging the PlayStation 4 since he got Kingdom Hearts. So he played through the first game, he's working on the second, he played the 1.5 or the remix, whatever the card game was. So like, yeah, he's been playing them all to catch up to the potential third game whenever the hell that's coming out. And we are realizing that we need another PlayStation 4 because it's like, unfortunately, when I have a YouTube channel and John doesn't, well, he does, but he doesn't use it. It's really super hard to collaborate and like schedule times like when we can play games and stuff, because I set up and actually record stuff and he just plays stuff. So it makes it extremely difficult to be like, okay, I want to record Outlast 2. Oh, you're playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Never mind, kind of thing. So, and it's also my fault because there are times that he does give me some time to record and then instead I don't record. So, I mean, it's not completely one person's blame. We're both kind of like that and procrastinating. But tonight he is not going to be home. Hi. I felt you. But yeah, he's not going to be home, and which means I'm going to come home after work and I'm going to jump right on Outlast 2. And I also have a bunch of other games that I realized I need to play. I just completely forgot about episode 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's been out for like 2 weeks now, maybe more than 2 weeks. And then I just got an email yesterday for the invitation to a horror game that's in beta, so I need to do that as well. So I got a lot of stuff to do, but right now I need to get ready for work so I don't get there too late. And I'll see you guys later. I just decided for dinner tonight to make myself tacos. And I fucked up because I bought this box of El Paso, whatever, not sponsored or anything, but I bought this box because I was like, ooh, nacho flavored cheese taco shells. So I thought that's a really cool idea. And then I came home and I started cooking and I realized that I didn't get the dinner packet that had like the sauce and like the seasoning and stuff in it. And I was like, oh, fuck. So then I decided, well, you know what? I'll just use seasonings I have. So I put a hell of a lot of this in it. Don't do that. Don't put a lot of that in, because this entire concoction I've made is a giant sodium factory. I mean, I'm gonna have to eat it. But whew, I feel like I just downed all the sodium in my house, like pure, straight salt poured into my mouth. But on the bright side, I am drinking a lot of water now, so hooray, water. But I just had dinner, gonna relax for a little bit, drink a hell of a lot of water, and then get to recording some Outlast 2. Another hot and humid, muggy day in the car on my lunch at work. Woohoo! So, been a busy week, and I haven't done anything in the week other than I beat Outlast 2. I uploaded that, and I got so preoccupied doing a lot of stuff around the house because 4th of July weekend's coming up. Well, if you really want to count it, because 4th of July is on a Tuesday, but we're having our family party on Sunday, so we have a lot of stuff to do between now and then, and it's Friday right now. So I decided Well, I originally decided that I was going to make a separate video involving talking about E3, and now because I'm pressed for time and it's kind of like getting to the point where it's becoming irrelevant for me to talk about it separately in a video, I decided to throw it in this instead, because people have been asking me on my opinions and, you know, what games I think are really cool to come out and what I'm looking forward to. So I've decided that I'm just going to talk about it here, because why not? I've got time and I've got like a half hour on my lunch, I think. Yeah, about like maybe 20 some minutes. So let's do it. So Life is Strange Before the Storm. Really super interested in that, looking forward to it. Oh, the sun's coming back out. It seems to originally take place before we follow Max and she gets her powers, so it's mainly centered around Chloe Price, who's my favorite character, and Rachel, and their like her story basically, and her life, and her losing her father. And like, I'm excited for it because I love Life is Strange, and I feel like when this comes out in August, it's going to be one of those games where I'm going to play it just like I did the first game, where I play through with one decision and play through again with different decisions, because I want to see them all. And I want to be able to capture everything. I don't know if they're going to use the same exact kind of layout, well, not layout, theme, what am I talking about? You know how in the first game, they made you take pictures and you got trophies for all the pictures you took, so I had to go back through and take all the pictures. I don't know if they're gonna have something like that with Chloe, or if it's gonna be more of like something different, but along the same lines of like achievable, like little Easter eggs or whatever that you can capture or look at or interact with. But regardless, I'm excited, and I'm completely keeping my schedule open for August when that comes out, because that is what I'm going to be playing. The Evil Within 2. I have already been getting a lot of requests to play this game, and the game isn't even coming out till October this year. I am only going to play the game on a few conditions. One being that they finally fixed the god-awful fucking controls from the first game, and they actually make a little bit of sense in the story, because like, and the difficulty, because the difficulty was retarded. The fact that you picked like a normal difficulty and instead it felt like extra hard, and they really made you run your resources out before every single mini boss fight. Like, there's a lot of stuff they need to fix for me to come back and be like, all right, let's try this. So it's going to be one of those games that I think I'm going to wait until it comes out and hear reviews on it to see if it's even worth my time before I even bother. But only if they fix those issues will I do it. Beyond Good and Evil 2, finally. I was originally super excited. I had to hear about it on social media, because at the time that they announced it, I think I was driving home from work or something, so I didn't get the chance to like see the broadcast live when they announced it, but I was pretty excited. Few concerns about it, not major, but a few. One being is the major one. I hope it's good. I hope it's okay, because it's been almost 15 years. It's been a long time, and we know that when a sequel inevitably gets delayed for so long, and then the anticipation is hyped even more and more, that usually it's a big letdown and a huge downfall, and everyone hates it, and it's awful. So I hope that doesn't happen like it previously happened with like Duke Nukem and like games like that. You know, I don't want it to turn into a flop. And then the second concern that I have is the fact that they announced that it's going to be more of a prequel than a sequel, which confuses me, because it's called Beyond Good and Evil 2. So why do you call it 2 if it's before 1? Like, are we doing some like Resident Evil Final Fantasy bullshit? Like, what's going on with that? So I don't know, but I am excited, and I'm going to play it regardless, because I've been waiting forever for this. And I was right. I said it would not come out before I was 30. I am 30. I don't know when it's coming out. There's no release date yet. But at least they gave us a trailer. They gave us something to tie everything over. So at least we have that. Days Gone. I am super interested in the game because it's more than just a generic zombie hunting game. It kind of gives me a little bit of like an Uncharted kind of feel to it, as well as a Last of Us vibe. If you wonder why I'm looking down, it's because I have notes. But I am pretty interested in it, and the fact that it's like kind of more like an open world kind of environment, but it looks really super interesting. That you'll be able to like lure enemies and like trap zombies and stuff like that. So I'm interested in it. I would like to know more about it as time goes on, and before it's released, I would like to learn more about it. But I am interested in it. That might be a game that I will end up picking up in the future. Detroit Become Human. Currently to be announced from Quantic Dream. There's no release date, but it's gonna play out exactly like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, where everything's decision making. However, they seem to be leaning towards an even wider spectrum of decisions and paths and stuff that you can take. So it seems like they are making the game more incredibly unique based on your decisions, so that way no two plays will ever be alike, even remotely. So I am excited for that. That has also been a game that I've been following since day one, that they even mentioned it, and they made it seem like it was going to center around a girl at first, and now they're showing a guy, so now they're leaning to believe that there's going to be multiple characters you're going to play, just like Heavy Rain. Maybe you're centering around maybe 4 or 5 different characters. I don't know. They've revealed at least 2. So I hope it comes out soon, like maybe early next year soon, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be a holiday thing. Maybe we'll have to wait 2 more years. I don't know. The Inpatient really interested me, but it's a VR game, but it's from the makers of Until Dawn, or the creator of Until Dawn, and it gives you this sense of like being in a mental asylum, and like all of like the horror decisions and stuff going on through that. So I don't know, seems interesting. If I ever get a VR, it might be something I'll try in the future. And Hidden Agenda, which is also another to be announced game, I was pretty interested in as well. Again, from the creators of Until Dawn, I believe, unless I just copy pasted that. I think it's true. I think it is from the creators of that. But it uses the PlayLink feature, the Sony PlayLink feature. So from my understanding of what the game is supposed to be like, is that it plays out kind of like Until Dawn, where you're like being chased by a serial killer and there's all these like, you know, crazy decisions and you have to escape and stuff. But it seems like you're in competition with your viewers. So like if you stream the game, or if like your friends play with you on the PlayLink feature, it seems like it's like a group decision on what you decide to do. So you're not necessarily always deciding, you know, what's best for your character or where you want to go in the game, but it's kind of like a group play effort to survive and get out alive, because everyone votes, like, do you go left or right, or, you know, do you punch him in the face, or do you not do this, you know? So that's from my understanding of what it is. I think it's going to be really cool, but I also think it's going to be really frustrating. So as time goes on, maybe they'll be able to like put in some like different features or perks where they can kind of make it a little bit more fair, so people aren't just spamming you to die, but we shall see. And for all the Nintendo stuff, John is super interested in that, so you know for sure he's going to end up getting them, and we're probably going to end up playing like the Mario and like Raving Rabbids stuff. But yeah, so pretty interested with all of that, and that's about it for E3. Not a hell of a lot. They did mention some other stuff like South Park, the Fractured Butthole, and like I'm interested in that, but that's not going to be something I let's play or stream because of the highly sensitive material and like, you know, language and like nudity and stuff. I mean, for crying out loud, the first game you were like playing as like a miniature sized version of your character on a bed while someone was fucking. So like I can't put that up on YouTube. I know some people do, but I won't, because knowing my luck, being a smaller channel, I will get hit pretty hard for that. So I just don't get involved into it. But I am looking forward to the game, even though it was delayed again. I hope that the delays, like whenever I hear a game gets delayed, I hope that it's for a good reason, and I hope it's not just continuously delayed because they know it's shit and then they eventually, you know, reveal it and like release it and it's still shit. Like, I hope it's not one of those. But that's it. That's what I thought of E3. And I have a bunch of stuff that I have to try to fit in this weekend, and I don't know how. I'm hoping maybe, like, depending on what goes on, maybe Saturday I can record more, because I have like a beta that I was invited to that I need to try out and record. That's for a horror game, so I'm excited to play that. And then I still have to play episode 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just finished Outlast 2, so I have to like pick something else up to play because I don't really have a main game to play anymore. And Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy just came out, which is like a remade, remastered version of all of the sequels from the 90s, so that's going to be something else I'm going to have to get into. But yeah, so I don't really know when I'm going to fit all this in, because we still have to get ready for the party. I have to do stuff outside. A lot of stuff to do, but I think I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my lunch and the heat. I hope it rains a little bit today, later today, because the humidity is pretty unbearable, personally. Cooper, what happened? What happened? What's going on? What's going on? Is it bath day? You still love me? You still love me. Dolly, what happened? Did you get your shit wrecked today? Was it bath day? Holiday weekend bath day? Did you not like it, Dolly? Because look at my arm. I don't think you liked it. I don't think you really care for bath day. Cooper tolerates it, but not you. Cooper! Bath day, everybody? Clean yourself up real good. The pink beans. It was also bath day for me as well. You guys feeling better now? You guys doing better now? You're all soft and comfy now? Hmm? You're all soft now. How about you, Coop? You all soft and comfy now? Yeah. Super tired kitties for the rest of the day because of their strenuous baths, which only happen once a year, and that's it. Which is actually quite comical, but they're cats. So I've cleaned the kitchen. I've done the floors and counters. I'm making myself dinner right now. I'm making myself garlic and herb crusted tilapia. I like tilapia, even though some people say it's a fake fish. I don't care, I like tilapia. So the house is pretty much clean. I just have to do a few things before tomorrow's party for the family. And we got all of our goodies over here. We got sodas for everybody who wants to drink sodas, and I think these are all buns. We got some 4th of July plates and stuff, and then chips and spray bottle for whatever reason. But yeah, so John's out for the rest of the night, and I'm left to finish everything up and finish the laundry and stuff, and I'm hoping to record a little bit more. Last night I decided to do the remothered beta and I failed at it. Massively failed at it. I got stuck and I couldn't progress, so luckily I have a couple more days to try again because I think I have to the 5th and then the beta's like over and I can't access it anymore. So I have a couple more days. Today's only July 1st, so I have like 4 more days. But I think tonight, if I record anything, I'm going to be starting a new game, like a new series. So maybe I'll do like Guardians of the Galaxy and then something else. I'm not sure what I want to start next because I have a bunch of good games to play. I have like Alan Wake and Psychonauts and like a bunch of stuff that's like older that I haven't had the chance to play, but I don't know like where I want to start. I just want to play everything at the same time. So I don't know if I'll end up doing that or not. But right now I'm going to get myself set up with dinner. I'm just going to kind of relax and eat dinner, watch some videos, and then get into doing the rest. You guys hungry? Are you hungry? You're loafing in the hallway. Come on. It's kitty dinner time, everyone. Kitty dinner time. This is the ritual I go through every single night between 9 and 9:30. I get his medicine all together, and then they each get canned food. This is Cooper's side, that's Dolly's. Dolly always sits right here by the refrigerator, don't you? Yeah. What time is it? Is it dinner time? Yeah? It's your favorite time? Favorite time ever? Huh? Is it dinner time? Yeah. Cooper, is it dinner time? You won't meow. At least not yet. You won't meow yet. So I gotta prepare their dinner. We got some chicken indulgence tonight. And then these are Dasaquin pills. As you can see, I think they say, yeah, they say Dasaquin feline on them. And then they actually just rip apart. And then I just pour it onto his food. Let's see if I can do this. You ready? Are you ready, doll? Yeah? Them hungry kitties eating the dinner. Is that dinner good, doll? I have to put it in the other dish or else she won't be able to eat it. It just slides all over the floor. How about you, Cooper? You're enjoying the dinner? He always enjoys the dinner the most. So some pretty cool things are actually happening around the house. And that's just fireworks. I was like worried for a second. So you see this horrendous, horrible kitchen. Well, not kitchen, but dining room floor that's from like the 1970s and it's like ripping up. As you can see, I can just grab this piece and like lift it up a little bit. And there's hardwood underneath it. Well, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put down different hardwood floor on top of it, because in order for us to actually use the hardwood floor underneath it, we would have to like sand it and restore it and clean it and then gloss it and all that shit. So we're not doing that because that floor is throughout the house and it's a lot of work. We're actually, this coming Wednesday after the 4th of July, we're going to be tearing this up and putting brand new kind of like fake wood down. Not linoleum like this, but like one of those, I forget what it's called. There's a specific name for it, but it looks like puzzle piece wood, and we're going to put that down on top of the floor. And that'll be our new dining room floor. So I'm pretty excited for that because it's just like the little things that just kind of make this house feel so much more like new. I was going to say newer, but it sounds weird. Did you enjoy yourself, doll? Yeah? Did you enjoy yourself? Dolly's like, I'm done. I'm good. Good to go, aren't you? Yeah, you're all dry now. They pretty much chilled out all day on the bed after they were dry. She had a harder time drying off because all she wanted to do was just hide in the bedroom and loaf. So every time she loafs, she sticks like all of her legs underneath her body, and then like her whole like chest and belly kept like not drying. They just kept being damp, and she finally dried off, but it took a little while. Did it, baby girl? Did you enjoy dinner? Oh yeah, you enjoyed dinner. Oh,
You're nice and soft. Nobody can feel you, but you're really soft. Now you're gonna clean yourself again after having stinky food. How about you, Coop? Did you enjoy yourself? He's like, no, baths suck.
To be honest, he tolerates the baths better than her. She hates them, and she shredded up my arm earlier. I don't know if you can see that. She shredded up my arm pretty good from the bath, which is the first time she's actually ever clawed me, surprisingly. So probably tomorrow morning their claws are getting trimmed because we usually keep up on them, but they are getting sharp. And tomorrow's the party, so that's probably going to be something that needs to be done before everybody shows up. And right now it's about almost 9:45. And I still have a couple of things to do. Let's see. Alright, let's take a look at our list. So, I'm working on laundry. I took care of the carpet stain from where the cats threw up. We have to do the bee trap outside, but it's really dark, so I'm not going out there now. The dishes are washed. In the middle of doing laundry, so I guess I'll erase that. So, that's all that's on our list now. So, cool. That's all we got. So that's pretty much all that's left tomorrow, and I don't even have to make dessert. The only thing I have to do is get the crock pots out and actually make corn, which is super simple and easy because yes, I make crock pot corn. A lot of people either boil the corn or they grill the corn. I've heard people put it in the oven sometimes, which I think would be really weird and dry, but I actually put them in crock pots. And what I do is I have 2 crock pots. I think they're like 4 or 5 quart crock pots. So I get those out, and I think I have 14 ears of corn, so I'll split it in half. I'll put them in the crock pots, and then all I put in there is a little bit of like seasoning, like parsley and like just like original seasoning. Let me see if I can find it. I put a little bit of this in, original all-purpose, which is onion, parsley, basil, oregano, thyme, red pepper, garlic, lemon peel, celery, and paprika. So I put that in there, I put butter, and then I put lemon juice with a little bit of water, and then I just turn it on and walk away, and that's all I do, and it's so simple. And apparently it's delicious because every time I make it, my family usually eats it all. And I have like nothing left as a leftover. So I actually got a little bit extra this time. So I'm hoping there'll be like 1 or 2 ears left over for me for like the next day. So yeah. But I am currently in the start of my 4-day weekend. This is day 2 of 4. Really super nice. And all of the booms that are going on outside are fireworks, which are going to be going on probably through the 4th of July. So this is something you're used to hearing if you live in the city because it happens all the time. And when I lived in the country, you never saw fireworks, you never heard fireworks, which is weird because you think you'd hear about it more in the country, but they don't launch them in the country where I lived. But man, in the city, do they launch them all the frickin' time. So I'm gonna go check on my videos that I'm actually uploading right now. Well, I should go shut this light off and stop wasting electricity, cat. God, what the fuck are you doing? So, that one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the outside light on for John because he's, I don't know when he's coming home, but he's coming home at some point. So today is the day after the party. It is Monday and I'm off, thank God, because I am really fucking sore and tired from just kind of hosting and running around and doing things. Hosting takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. And in some aspects, I feel like hosting parties gets worse, which is weird. Maybe because we're not crazy social people, so having a house full of 12 people is just like to us, but I feel like every year that we host some kind of holiday or party, I feel like everything just feels so much more rushed and so much more disorganized, and like things just don't really happen the way that we expect them to. I mean, it's not necessarily a terrible thing. It's just like, you know, you tell people to come up at a certain time and they don't. So, you know, you say come up at 3 and then people come up at 2:30 or 4:30 or whenever the hell they want. And then people who come don't come, or who say they're coming don't come, or, you know, you tell people not to bring food and they bring food. You know, it's a little chaotic, but it's okay. It's done. It's over with. We don't have to do it again until Christmas. So today is kind of like a relaxing day, and I am currently backing up Outlast 2 and The Walking Dead because I'm not playing them anymore. So I'm getting more space on my computer, and I've been writing a list of games to play possibly in the next coming weeks. And I've also been sitting here contemplating when to stream again. Like, well, not when to stream again, but like if I want to stream more often. And even John's been mentioning it, so like that kind of gives me the green light in a sense that it's okay. But I may end up switching from every other Friday to every Friday or something like that, or maybe do a different day, maybe like instead of Fridays maybe do Thursdays or something silly like that. I'm not sure which, but it's a lot of stuff to think about, a lot of games that I want to work on, that I want to play, that I want to do. And I think I'm going to focus on stuff that I got a bunch of games from the Steam sale, so I'm excited to play a lot of them. 2 of them are going to be longer series, and the others are probably going to be like one-offs in the stream, which is perfectly fine, because if I'm able to stream games that are shorter, that's great. But that's about it. That's about all that's going on right now. We're just kind of relaxing, and we did get flooring. We're going to be doing our kitchen floor this week, probably like Wednesday. So we got the flooring today, which wasn't bad at all. Wasn't really crazy expensive, and my brother is going to be coming up and helping John put it together while I'm at work on Wednesday. So I'm hoping it's like just a one-day deal and it's done, because it's really not a lot. It's like, I think our floor is like 95 square feet or something, or 96 square feet or something like that. So it's a really small space. It's not like we're doing a whole upper level of a house. So that's exciting that we have flooring. So should be pretty cool installed. But that's about it. That's about all that's going on. Happy 4th of July. Lazy day ensued. And I don't think a lot is going to be going on today aside from cleaning. A lot of cleaning. Because tomorrow I resume work. But I did manage to finish the remothered beta, which I was super excited about because I finally beat it last night. Didn't think I was ever going to, and I did. And yeah, so I'm editing that and putting that together, and probably putting this together. So I hope everyone has a good holiday, great holiday weekend. And I guess I will see you guys next time. I am contemplating, not official, but I am contemplating on streaming weekly. So instead of every other Friday, maybe every Friday or something like that. So let me know what you think about that, because I don't know. And unless you guys encourage me to, I probably won't do it. But that's besides the point. So take care, everyone. Have a great holiday. I think I just said that. But I will see you guys next time. And yeah. Bye-bye.